last year was called Bear Tides, and this year Tidal Waves. What does that title signify?
So, I mean, last year I wanted to have a little fun with the title. I've been known to do a lot of nude male figures from the back. And I was inspired last year by Patrick Hennessy and obviously the David Caspar Friedrich show, where you get that Ruckin figure that looking at the figure from behind, and it brings the viewer in. But this year I really wanted to experiment with more saturation, more fun with the sky, look at how the sky changes here. And when I was looking at them all together, it just felt like it was tidal hours in many ways. It's some little parody on, I guess, on Michael Cunningham's The Hours. A little bit of that is in there. So it shows like how we go through the day here on the beach.
They look peacefully orchestrated, are they?
A number of them are, absolutely. And there are certain things that I definitely try to tie together. There are two, a young man walking frontal, and he's walking away. Those are obviously two pairs on the tidal flats. But definitely with some coloration, how the sky is dealt with, how the beach is dealt with, trying to tie them together in more uniform.
I was thinking this is your way of trying to keep P-Town idyllic.
Yes, to a degree. I mean, so basically, you know, I came here, fell in love with P-Town, and started kind of dabbling in painting when I was a book publisher, and became a little obsessive about painting.
You obsessive?
And started, you know, really studying hard, various intensive workshops at the National Academy of Art and Design when it existed, and then eventually got my MFA, and I still continue at the Art Student League. And so creating a mood that captures that feeling that I have here is really important. Is it idyllic? Yes and no. I mean, you have, one of them is called A Tender Moment. It's kind of a pietà of a guy in full leather next to a nude young man, kind of in that pietà Madonna look. You see the protectiveness, you see
the one in leather is a Madonna.
Yes, exactly. And so, you know, there's some pathos in it just by the nature of the theme, but there's also protection and support. But there's also a little twist to that. Who has the power in that relationship? Does the guy in leather, or does the young man who the guy in leather is enamored by? So I try to, it's not only idyllic. It's, you know, there's one where the two gentlemen are walking nude in the water. And in the bushes, there's, if you look really closely in the reeds, there's a coyote.
Oh, not you.
No, it could be. No. So, you know, it is idyllic in some ways, but it's, you know, it's, I think the concept of refuge and being able to come here and feel free is very important. And so if that's idyllic,
So how's your process start? Are you actually there on the beach with the nudes, or do you take pictures and then come back and do it afterwards?
So what I do is, in the summer, I mostly do plein air. I don't really use a model to paint from here because it just light shifts too much. So what I do is I kind of think about concepts that I want and get inspired. You know, throughout the year, I'm collecting different images and doing kind of little sketches and what have you. And then I'll, you know, find some people to photograph. I bring that back into the studio and then go from there. And there's a lot of manipulation with the photographs, obviously, to make the composition work better.
It's a large house. Is it true the rumors you keep the models here?
No.
You're not going to pop out. I only came here because of that.
You know, it's funny. There's one gentleman, I was painting on, I love to go to the beach and paint. And there's a gentleman who was sunbathing next to us on Boy Beach, and he kept on looking over, and my husband was like, "You should paint him. You ask him."
Yeah.
And eventually we started chatting, and I'm like, "Do you want to be photographed for a painting?" And so he's in two of them.
Okay.
And so people get curious, and there's a lot of, you know, exhibitionists here.
Oh yes,
that enjoy it.
We're not talking about the Boy Beach. I think I would be in a situation that if I caught you, I would stay there all afternoon and look, because they are idyllic views.
Yeah. They really are.
Do you think it's all in your imagination, or do you think those scenes exist now?
Oh, they definitely exist now.
Okay.
Absolutely. I think in some ways even more so. You know, there's one called Afternoon Crossing,
Yeah.
and it's of three gentlemen who are coming across from the jetty. And I was walking back, and I saw these five guys actually. Yeah. Two of them didn't want to be in the photograph, and they were like, "Yeah, we'll do it, right?" And I just loved how they looked. There was a joy in them. They had these beach like scarves or taffetas or whatever that they were flowing in the wind, and that was a really enjoyable one. I did a lot of work on that in the studio to make it cohesive, changing colors and maybe get them closer and things like that. But to me, that's like where that, they're coming across from their daily lives to this idyllic place where they feel free and feel safe. And so that's what kind of represents for me in that painting.
Why do you think it is that we come to Provincetown, we all come and we all fall in love with it for different reasons? Why?
I think, I fell in love with it. I think for many, like many other people, first it's beautiful. We're surrounded by water, so the light is tremendous. And there's a lot to do here, so you don't get bored. There's something for everything. But there's a sense of safety and refuge that has not always been the case. I mean, there's a wonderful history, academic history, and I'm spacing out on the title that I just read about Provincetown, and where, it wasn't just a safe haven. There's a lot of tension between, say, the traditional wasps from the fish whaling community, and then the Portuguese people came in, and then the Portuguese wives would rent rooms to the gay people here against their husbands' wishes, who were out in fishing boats, but that's how they would make money. Yeah. And so it became, there's always a little tension here, but it mostly was very safe.
Compared to the rest of the world.
Compared to the rest of the world.
I mean, I'm British, so we came here first.
Right.
And as a gay man, we came here to decorate after the Portuguese. Is there a journey for this work after your one-man show at Salvatori's?
Yes. I mean, there will be new paintings coming out. Okay. Absolutely. I love it. I love to paint. I need to do it every day. I need to grow every day painting. And that's why I'm at, for example, this is a relatively new career. I think I picked up the brush playing around 12 years ago and got serious about 2016, so 10 years ago.
But you're
always learning. So
you're not sitting planning, next year I'm going to do this. It just evolves.
It'll evolve.
It evolves.
Absolutely. And it's going to the beach, meeting people, watching people, how they interact. That's a big part of my process. Coming up with compositions and ideas.
I've never been asked to do models, so.
Well, I'll tell you, there's one painting there that I love, which is called Above the Water. And so I'm in class, and we have models there. And sometimes I'm working on my own stuff, because that's where I like to work, not at the house when I'm in New York. And there's a gentleman named David who used to be Richard Simmons's assistant.
All right.
And he's posing, and I'm like, I was kind of tired of just working on photo references. I love working with the model. So I painted him, and I'm trying to think of what it would be a good situation to put into my genre, what my normal themes are. And so I have him on a dock. I knew I wanted the composition off, meaning that a lot of you look at my compositions, you have somebody on the right side, and there's some space to breathe the figure on the left side. This one I wanted all the way on the right side, left side, which creates a lot of tension. And I needed to do something on the right, and I thought about putting him on a dock with a young man getting out of the water. And so the older gentleman is not aware of the young boy admiring him. So there's a lot of oppositional themes going on in that. Also, the intergenerational is something that I think is important, and what I also try to do with the a tender moment with the older leather man and the younger man who's nude.
Well, the thing I love most about your work is it's a love affair with Provincetown.
It really, I thank you very much. I really appreciate that, because I certainly that's what I want to create. What I want, I mean, I'm not a conceptual artist. I'm very much a representational artist. And I want people to look at my art and say, I know that feeling. I know that emotion. I was there. I was at the beach. I saw that person. And if they can come away with that, then I'm really thrilled.
I would add to that, that was me much younger.
I'm sure you're still loving Bleetown as
Good
well.
to talk to you.
Thank you.